Hey guys, it's Justin again with another unboxing video. This video is brought to you by Geekjack.net. They sent me this really cool HG Gipsy Avenger from the Pacific Rim movie that's coming out real soon. So we're going to take a look inside the box, we're going to snap it up, and we're going to check it out. But in this video, it's just the unboxing, so sit tight. Alright guys, so the first thing we're going to look at is the box. This is the metallic version of the kit. This comes in two different versions. There's a normal version, which is just normal, colored sprues, and then there's a metallic version, which comes with an LED unit. And I believe the base might be exclusive to that version as well. I can't remember. But either way, you can get the model on its own, or you can pay a little bit more and get the light. And again, this came from Geekjack.net. They reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to review this, and I was 100% interested in these. So go ahead and check that out over there. I'll put a link in the description where you can buy one. But here's what the box art looks like. I don't know if the normal version has the same box art or not, but this is like the very P Bandai looking box art. On the bottom, we've got some poses of the model kit, and it's showing some of the features. You get the dual vortex turbine using the LED unit. You get the left arm with the plasma caster. You get the right arm gravity sling, and then I think you actually get two of these retractable swords. DX Set Limited comes with the LED and the base. So there you go. Some information about the Pacific Rim movie. On the tops and bottoms, or well, I guess on the left and right, you would get a close-up of the box art, same way you would a Gundam kit. And then on the bottom, you are going to see a front and rear shot of the model kit, some information about how to cut it out. It doesn't need glue, and you don't need to paint it. It should be sufficient, without paint, but we're going to paint it at some point. So does not have a price on the box, which is kind of weird. But there you go. So that's what the box looks like. There's nothing on the bottom. It's plain. And we're going to go ahead and pop this guy open. We're going to have a look at the runners and some of the stuff that's included, and we're going to see what we think so far. So okay, so here we've got the A runner. Starting off, the A runner is kind of using Bandai's famous multicolor injection molding process. Majority of these parts are molded in the metallic blue, but we do have some frame pieces here molded in kind of like a gunmetal color. We've got like a pale gold up top and a clear orange for the twin turbine. The details on this kit just blew me away. They are fantastic. Every single nook and cranny of this thing, except for obviously some of the larger panels on the legs, have tons and tons of little details just kind of hidden in them. This thing is going to be really, really fun to paint. The turbine is all molded. I don't know how I'm going to paint that yet, but I'll figure something out if I'm going to paint it at all. And then we've got the inner frame for the chest, and I believe these are probably for the ankles or the neck or something like that. It looks so good. So good. Alright, so next up we've got our B runner. Our B runner is molded just in the metallic navy color. This actually looks really good for not being electroplated. You can still see a little bit of the plastic swirl on a couple of the pieces. It's kind of one of those things that you're not really going to get away from when you're molding metallic pigment rather than painting over top of it. But I think that it's going to look really nice when you do put it together, even if you don't paint it. So we've got the hands here, we've got the feet. These look like arms and leg bits, probably the biceps and the backs of the hands, and then some other various details across the kit. Some of the undersides have a little bit of detail on them. The hands look really nice. And again, this is molded in that really nice kind of metallic navy, so it looks really good. So let's go ahead and see what the next one looks like. Alright, next up we've got runner C, and this is where I'm going to see myself spending a lot of time, because these little joints and stuff down here, you only get one sword. I was wrong about that. The spine, the insides of the thighs, the backs of the legs, I believe. All this stuff has these really, really nice, fine, intricate detail molded in, and they look just phenomenal. I can't believe how good these look. I think I'm going to take my time and paint these up really nice. But this is molded in kind of like a, it's not quite like a pale gold like the visor, but it's kind of like a browny metallic looking color. I don't know what I would compare it to, but it looks really cool. I'm definitely looking forward to trying to replicate that with paint, as well as highlighting all of this stuff here. We're going to make it pop. Alright, and if you get the normal version, this is the last runner you're going to see. This is the JTP 1 runner. This is basically all the joints. So instead of molding a bunch of polycaps, this is all plastic. It's a little flexible, it's a little pliable, but it's all plastic. It's not, there's no ABS, or not ABS, no polystyrene or polycap material in this at all. It's all plastic, which I think is pretty cool, because first of all, you can paint it, which is great. Second of all, sometimes polycaps tend to wear out after a little while. I don't think that happens as much with just plastic. I could be wrong, but these look great. Again, it's molded in that kind of metallic, bronzy kind of color. It's really subtle, really subdued. It looks really nice. So there's nothing really out of the ordinary other than that. It's just some polycaps molded in plastic rather than polycap material. Now, if you did pick up the metallic version with the light, this is what you're going to get included as extra. So you're going to get a base with a stand. It's not the best base or stand in the world, but it is made for these. It's made just to kind of do some simple stuff. If you go out and buy another action base, it'll probably serve you a little bit better, but being included is nice. It definitely helps justify the increased price point versus the normal version. But this looks really good. Really good. It's also molded in metallic blue, just like the rest of the model kit. And there you go. So the last thing that's different from the normal release is you're also going to get this LED unit. This is a standard Bandai LED unit, a screw, and then a back piece for that. You don't get any batteries, but you can buy them on like Amazon or eBay for really, really cheap, and you get like 100 of them. So I definitely recommend going that route. But there's your LED unit. I don't know what color it lights up. We'll check that later in the review. But there you go. Also included are some stickers. You're going to get a sticker for the base. This just says the name and an emblem for the Jaeger that you bought. And then a sheet of stickers. These are pretty minimal, actually. It's a lot of red striping, which I might use. I might even use some of the red-white striping, but I don't see myself using any of the numbers or the cap details or anything like that. This should just save me a little bit of time on masking some details and stuff, where I can just kind of paint the red. Use a sticker, which should look fine. We'll see what happens when we get to this. Finally, we get some documentation. If you went ahead and got, I'm assuming that every version is going to come with this. This kind of comes standard now in all Bandai model kits. They kind of show you some recommended assembly tips and how to deal with undergates, how to cut pieces out, what the little symbols in the instruction manual mean, how to find and assemble pieces, how to apply dry transfers as well as water slide decals, and that's all just on one little short infographic thing. So there you go. And then the premium version is also going to come with a sheet showing all the extra stuff from the normal version, so the stand, the LED unit, the screw, and the extra sticker, as well as how to assemble that stand and how the model fits on it, how to turn on, off, and assemble the LED. And last but not least, we're going to go ahead and have a look at the instruction manual. This is the Gipsy Avenger once again. You can see lots of nice little details on this, so I'll definitely be using this as a reference guide when I start painting this thing. The Avenger honors the heroic legacy of her namesake as the flagship leader of the Mark VI fleet. More than just a Jaeger, she is a symbol of hope to millions. So pretty standard box art looking thing. It's got like a little hangar door in front of it. Looks pretty cool. On the back, we've got some shots of it standing, what it looks like with the stickers applied, and I gotta say, like, it looks really cool, just as it is. Some action poses of it, as well as some really neat like kind of blueprint looking stuff hanging around, and our color guide. So we've got frame silver, which is unusual, steel red with a tiny bit of actual red. That doesn't look even the slightest bit red to me. The gold is gold plus copper plus a little bit of white. And the blue is intermediate blue, bright blue, and midnight blue all mixed together. So pretty cool looking. You open it up, you're going to see the parts guide. This time it's actually in color. I think that's the first time I've actually seen it in full color. Next, you're going to see some of those assembly instructions. Once again, it's going to show you this time some Pacific Rim exclusive parts and how to cut them and how to put them apart or put them together and stuff. Shows you how to apply the stickers and how to make sure that parts fit together with their poly caps. On the inside, it's going to show some of the assemblies and sub-assemblies, how this model kit is put together and how it kind of looks when it's exploded, I guess. So you get extra hands. Pretty cool, which means you get to do a lot of seam sealing. As far as assembly goes, you start with the chest. You're going to put all that together. Back, put the waist together. Work into the head, the arms, the legs, and then the mobile suit itself. And we're going to wrap up with the weapons, the gravity sling, the plasma caster, and then how to attach an action base if you have the action base 2, or if you're going to use an action base 1 or the one that's included. This also shows how to fit the LED in, how to turn it on, how to replace the back and all that stuff. So this model looks fantastic. I'm so pumped to put this thing together. It looks great. So let's go ahead and wrap up.